Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for coming by. So today we're going to be doing your pick a card reading a little bit differently. It's very much like an after dark edition vibe that we're having, so we might be playing around a little bit with the camera angles. If you are brand new here, these are your general readings, and we're going to be really focusing on abundance and your money and your career, but how you can really manifest. What is it that you really need to know? It's designed for all signs, and as you can tell, I have 3 decks in front of me, or 3 piles I should say, and I will show you guys a close-up of each of the crystals so you can take a moment and sort of what you're gravitating towards, what you are drawn to. And obviously with these pick a card readings, I generally like to preface that it is a general reading and it is designed for all signs, but some of the messages may not actually resonate. If it resonates, then the message is for you right now. If it doesn't resonate, then that could either be a prediction or it's just not for you. So just take it or leave it. Okay, and if you are brand new, well, thank you so much for coming by. Obviously, I'm so glad that you are here. If you are brand new here, we do general readings here at least twice a week, and we talk about how you can manifest the best life that you can absolutely have. So we talk a lot about law of attraction. So we kind of pull in all of these different practices together to really help you, fully step into your power. So if that sounds good, you will probably really enjoy it. Okay, so without further ado, why don't we just dive right in? So group number 1, here is your crystal. This is a rose quartz. Group number 2, here is your crystal. It's a blue aura quartz. And group number 3, your crystal is tiger's eye. So take a moment, and in case you need to see the actual abundance messages, we have non-duality, divine abundance, and outrageous openness. All right, let's dive into group number 1. All right, group number one, if you have picked the rose quartz, then this is going to be for you. So let's see what's happening for you. So first and foremost, we're starting out with non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine, and you can become fluent at doing both. It's almost like you're trying to balance your spiritual life and the very 3D aspects of yourself, especially when money is like the most spiritual tool that we have really for humans, because it's the most potent one when it comes to like true exchange of energy. And so I feel like you're sort of trying to balance those 2 aspects of yourself, where maybe perhaps, like, I feel like you are stepping into that next chapter of your life where you are actually being rewarded, like you're actually getting paid for something that you actually want to do with your life. So perhaps a change in careers, a little bit more in alignment with what you actually want to do. And I feel that this is something where it's that deep passion that comes from within, and that really makes you very happy, and it makes you feel more aligned than what you're currently doing. Then we have Earth, learning how to be a human in the world but not of it. It's like I very much feel like some of you are going through this. It's almost like you're on the spiritual path where you are kind of like doing this balancing act, like you are doing this balancing act where you are trying to get along with people around you at your job, but at the same time, you are trying to kind of stay true to who you actually are and make money, and, getting to all of those things where you're kind of advancing within your career, but at the same time, you're also creating a difference. So we have destiny, conflict and defeat, and sacral chakra. So I feel like it's almost like you feel it in your heart of where that alignment is, and you're seeing, perhaps some of you are definitely feeling that sense of divide that's happening maybe at your workplace, or there's that sense of divide that you're feeling, almost like you're feeling torn right now, where there's something that you want to do for a living, but at the same time, perhaps what you're getting paid for right now, and I feel with this Destiny card that for some of you, you're definitely feeling, it's almost like you're feeling called to move into this direction, because it's a lot more in alignment with what you want to do. And it's almost like it becomes like this moral principle question, right? Where you're really meditating on it and you're really trying to kind of figure out, okay, how can I actually not only make a living, but make a living by doing something that actually lights my soul on fire. And then there's also this inner conflict, because perhaps what you're getting paid for right now, or what you do to make a living versus what you actually want to do, or how you want to actually make a living, is like there is this conflict, because perhaps where you're working right now, you're either around people that are just not on the same vibrational level, or because we've got conflict and defeat, and then we have the sacral chakra. So to me, you're definitely getting these downloads, you're definitely getting these gut feelings that something is off, and perhaps you're being maybe it has something to do with COVID, maybe it doesn't. I definitely feel like you sort of have to, it's almost like you have to kind of split between what you want to do, or you have to kind of show a different version of yourself at work than what you truly want to be. Like it's almost like you're not being authentic to yourself, to who you actually are. And let's see what we have for tarot. So we have the Lovers, the Devil, yeah, the Queen of Materials, and Three of Emotions. So to me, this is all about you kind of returning back to not only what you love, but with the Lovers card, it's all about, to me, this is all about like that inner well, but then also like vibing with the right people. You know what I mean? So not so much that you have like friends within the same field, but that you are creating that soul connection with, you are connecting with the people that you're working with. And also, to me, this is all about also creating abundance. Like to me, like with the Lovers card, it's all about abundance or wealth, I guess, manifesting wealth through using the heart chakra, through love, through doing the things that you actually love. And then we also have the Devil here, which I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand again with the conflict. Because if you're looking at what is your destiny, it goes back to like that lotus, like opening up the lotus flower, opening like almost like that growth that you're going through, right? But then here we have, there's this conflict, and then you have the temptation of, do I go with something that is easy, or do I go with something that I'm actually aligned to do? And then with these two guys, it goes back to that gut feeling, right? It goes back to, you are going to be manifesting what you actually want, but it's almost like you need to realign, and it's sort of like using your intuition, going back to how you actually want to feel. It's going to be very, very important for some of you, because if you don't listen to that intuitive head that you're getting, like your gut is kind of trying to get you to pay attention to, okay, you know, this feels in alignment and this is working for me, this is not working for me. So I feel like you're definitely in this dilemma where you feel like there's that sense of duality, and I think that you can kind of create a plan that's going to be more realistic, where you feel like you are flowing, whether you have the job whether you have the dream job or you don't, then either way, like, I believe that you can make things work, but I'm also getting that you're sort of learning the ropes of how to do this in the most authentic way. Like, I'm very much getting, in order for you to manifest true freedom and true abundance, then you need to be true to yourself first, and you have to listen to your gut. So this is what I have for you, group number 1. I hope that this has resonated. Stay tuned until the end of the video, where I will be pulling a couple of cards for the collective that you can use for guidance. So let's go into group number 2. Okay, group number 2, if you have picked this beautiful crystal, then this reading is going to be for you. So let's see what you are manifesting and what's happening with your money and your career. We have divine abundance. You were born to align with the love's will, follow the Tao, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance and not chase it. I feel like for some of you, you're definitely learning the lessons of how to release your desires and be within that flow state rather than feel like you're constantly chasing something. Like I feel like some of you are very much getting tired of that sense of chasing, or tired of that. It's almost like some of you are really truly tapping into your soul's work rather than just doing work that will make you money. Like it's going to, like it's, whether it is right now or not, we're moving into that direction. Some of you are moving into that direction where you're truly manifesting that inner and outer balance, where all areas of your life are becoming a little bit more harmonious. And then we have the big picture thinking. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. To me, this is all about like embodying the Aquarius age and Aquarius energy, where very big picture, very much like focusing on why do you want to do this? So how are you going to, not only how are you going to manifest, but more importantly, what is the, I'm getting impact. What is the impact? What is your legacy that you're like leaving behind with the work that you do? And the money sort of flows and follows that. And I feel like for some of you, you are definitely in alignment with what you're doing, and that's beautiful. Okay, let's see what else is happening for you. Yeah, heart chakra. Material harvest. I feel like you're definitely in harvest mode and moving on. So I feel like, especially with this divine abundance and the heart chakra, I think that for some of you, you're definitely moving into that space where you really want to do. It's almost like I'm getting like you're doing your soul's work more than just doing work for the sake of working. Like I definitely feel like all of the hard work that you were doing, and you were really tapping into energetically something that kind of focuses on the big picture, but it's almost like you're in actual alignment of divine abundance. So where you're bringing into your health and like other areas of your life, they're all becoming a little bit more balanced. But then I also feel like, what are you moving on from? I want to see, because these all make sense together with the material harvest, where like your hard work is kind of it's kind of paying off. But I want to see what the tarot has for us here. So we have awakening, we have death, again 10 of materials, and we have 8 of materials. So I feel like there's almost like this new chapter that is starting for you, where aspects of yourself is being left behind. Perhaps like the part of you that was really chasing, that is sort of being left behind. And I feel like you're really starting to tap into what does it mean. For some of you, I feel like you're either an entrepreneur or you're going to be one, but I feel like you're kind of waking up to your own power almost, and you're doing that in a most beautiful, aligned way, right? Like I feel like some of you are definitely tapping more into like truly your life's work here, and aspects of yourself is definitely going through that transformation where you're really leaving behind that part of yourself that was just constantly chasing. You know what I mean? And I think that's where that divine abundance comes in, where you were constantly just chasing instead of just being. And then again, once again, we have the 10 of materials. So we have the material harvest. Like there's lots of abundance here, and you're either going to be changing what you do for a living, or you're going to be doing more of it, where you're really going to be accelerating in a way that you're manifesting wealth. But I also feel like you're at the exact same time, you're also kind of working, and that happens like by basically working on your craft. Like you're constantly improving your skills, improving the things that you're doing. You're becoming a lot more efficient in the way that you're doing the things that you're doing, that's bringing more abundance. You're becoming a lot more focused and honed in on what actually is your, it's almost like you're honing in on what your zone of genius is. And I think that that's beautiful. Now, you guys, this is all I have for you for group number 2. Stay tuned until the end of the video, where I will give you guys a collective read, or like a collective message that you can use for the next little while. Okay, group number 3, here is your crystal. And these are your messages that you need to know for abundance and for your money and your career. We have outrageous openness. Dear love, open me to your will and release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. And you know what's needed, and I am open to receive. I think that some of you are going through this process of surrendering, where you're no longer really chasing, but you're really allowing all of the things flow towards you. Perhaps with the way that you're handling money and the way that you're manifesting money, I feel like you're definitely going through that transformation right now. So let's talk about this for a moment, of what does it really mean when you're saying openness? Like, I feel like a lot of you have gone through this sense of surrender. I feel like some of you have gone through this sense of surrender, where you're no longer really attaching to how you're going to really be creating or the type of work that you're going to be doing. I feel like there's really, like, a lot of you are just sort of releasing all of that. And I also feel like you're releasing how it's going to manifest, like very much like you're sort of open to all possibilities, right? And then here, baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So yeah, to me, this makes sense with that being open and sort of expecting the miracles, but at the same time, you're taking it nice and slow. You're not really rushing, and you're not really, it's like you're expecting things to work, but you're not attached to a specific timeline of when that's going to happen. And what, like, it's almost like you're creating something. So I feel like in a way you're taking action, but then you're also doing it step by step, instead of just kind of rushing. Like you're kind of like taking your, I feel like I'm taking my time and kind of trusting that process, because then you're evolving as you go. Wisdom, harmony, and rejoice in celebration. So I think that, like, as you're going, perhaps you have some mentors that are really helping you along the way, but I also feel like you are perhaps like reading a lot of books and actually doing the research around the topics of, maybe you're reading more books around money or how to manage your money, or you're reading more about the actual career, about your field that you're trying to be in, or the field that you're currently in that is really like sustaining you right now. But I feel like you're really becoming almost like you're either getting mentored, or you're very much in that space of, okay, I'm really learning the ropes, and I'm actually sharing what I actually learned. I definitely feel like it is a very good and positive energy. It's definitely in synchrony with not only what's aligned for you and what you really love doing, but then you're also in harmony with the people that are around you. And I think that maybe perhaps for the first time, I think that for some of you, you definitely feel like, you know, you're appreciated for the things that you do. Perhaps you've set some milestones for yourself within your work, and right, you're really starting to see sort of, okay, based on what I'm doing, like, I'm taking my time, I'm not rushing, I'm actually learning, and I'm starting to enjoy this process. And with the people that I'm around, like, they're actually celebrating me for my skill sets, for the value that I'm providing them with. Hierophant, Six of Voices, Queen of Inspiration, and Two of Materials. So here's what I kind of feel like. I think that you have done a lot of inner work where you're really tuning back in, getting that inner wisdom, getting that inner guidance. And that is actually in harmony with that inner wisdom. Perhaps it's, yes, you're getting mentored, and yes, you're getting some guidance from like books and things like that within this field. But I also feel like the other part of it is that I feel like it's almost like that inner wisdom, you're sort of looking out there, but then you're also like, isn't it funny? Here, she's looking here, and then here, part of you is sort of looking out there on her, like you're looking out there. You're looking out there of like, okay, what will I manifest through this process? Like, how will this abundance come to me in the most aligned way, right? And I also think that all of these ideas, they are coming to you, but you are also, I feel like you're just getting like a lot of downloads right now. That's what I feel like. And when it comes to downloads, it's sort of like you're kind of like, to me, this is very much business related. I feel like when you are when you're in that harmonious state, right? Like I feel like the people that are around you and the workplace or the space that you're, or in the area that you're working on, it makes you feel really inspired to create. Perhaps some of you are entrepreneurs, or you're creating your side hustle, or you're really in a space where you can kind of, really contribute your ideas to your work, and then you're also being appreciated for it. That's what I feel like. And also, I think that you're kind of looking out there of not only what others are doing within that same field, and then that's sort of giving you some new and fresh perspectives on sort of what else is possible. But then I also feel like you're sort of finally bringing things into balance in a way where you're not only being compensated, but you're being compensated well for what's actually in alignment for you. So I do think that this is a very positive thing here. Okay, this is all I have for you guys. Stay tuned until the very end, and I will pull a couple of cards collectively that you guys can use as an overall energy of what will help you manifest a little bit easier and how you can really bring more abundance into your life. So let's go. Okay, you guys, if you have made it to the end, here we are. You know what? I think that we're going to get Super Attractor, which is all about manifestation. I want to draw a card for you guys that you guys can use in the next little bit, in the next couple of weeks energetically when it comes to your money and your career. What does the collective need to know that can help them the most, please? What does the collective need to know, please? What messages do you have for the collective with their money and their career, please? Feeling good will bring me far more than whatever I thought I needed. I think that if you follow that feeling of being in alignment, instead of chasing different strategies of money or different, you know what I mean, like doing different tests and things like that of what you should do for a living, I think that if you kind of tune back in and see what's actually in alignment, that will actually make you not only a lot happier, but it'll bring you a lot more money. Here we go. And when I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. So I think that whether you are doing work that makes you happy or not, I think that it's important for you to know that feeling good and bringing joy into your life are two of the most potent and powerful emotions that you can bring into your life, and you can cultivate that at any time. But just know that when you're tapping into joy, that frequency, it attracts more of that. So if you can cultivate that within the work that you do and with the way that you relate to your finances, they all kind of follow one another. You know what I mean? So I mean, if you create a healthy relationship with your money, then more of that can come towards you. This is all I have. I hope that you guys found this helpful and useful. If you did, you already know how to support the channel. You can give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not yet already. Stay tuned, you guys, because every single week we do an oracle reading. That's a general reading about love, about money, about messages from spirit, anything and everything, any downloads that I have that you can use to sort of manifest a better, more abundant life. So thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye.